My friend, listen closely, because what I am about to tell you has the power to rewrite the way you see yourself, your money, and your life. The moment you entered this world, a story was whispered into your ears. You didn't write it, but you started living it. A story that told you to keep your head down, to wait your turn, to believe that wealth was something reserved for a chosen few. It painted riches as a reward you had to earn after years of struggle, sacrifice, and endless proving. But the truth, the real truth, is entirely different. You were not born lacking, you were born rich. Rich in possibility. Rich in the creative power of your mind. Rich in the divine authority to call into your life whatever matches the vibration you choose to hold. The only thing that ever separated you from abundance was the spell of limitation you unknowingly agreed to believe. Every time you told yourself, I can't afford that, or that's too much for me, you laid another brick in the wall between you and your natural prosperity. Those words may have felt small at the time, but they carried a heavy command. A command your subconscious mind obeyed without question. And for years, that silent obedience has shaped your reality. But now, right now, you have the chance to break that command. To cancel that spell. To speak a different decree. Because there are universal laws, laws older than time itself, that have been operating for you since the moment you were born. The law of prosperity, the law of supply, the law of assumption. They do not play favorites. They do not pick and choose who to bless. They respond only to alignment, and alignment begins inside you. Abundance doesn't start in a paycheck. It doesn't start with a business deal or a winning investment. It begins in the secret chambers of your imagination, in the conversations you have with yourself in the quiet, in the way you walk through your day before the money ever arrives. And the millionaire, the true millionaire, they are not defined by the cash in their account. They are defined by the certainty in their belief. So I ask you, who are you becoming right now? Are you walking as the version of you who trusts divine supply completely, or the version still waiting for permission to step into her own magic? Say this with me and feel it land in your chest. Divine riches flow to me because I remember who I am. Say it again, louder this time. Divine riches flow to me because I remember who I am. That is not wishful thinking. That is a declaration of truth. And truth doesn't wait for evidence. Truth creates the evidence. This moment, right now, is the turning point of your financial resurrection. Your word is not just a tool for communication. Your word is your wand. It shapes the invisible into form. It carves pathways where none seemed to exist. But most people wave that wand carelessly, speaking curses over themselves without even knowing it. I can't, I wish, I hope, I'm trying. These are not harmless phrases. These are commands to delay. They tell your subconscious to hold the blessing just out of reach. But the language of wealth is different. The language of wealth is decisive. It is calm. It is unwavering. It says, I do. I have. It is done. There is no begging in the voice of spiritual prosperity. There is no pleading with the universe as if it might forget you. A queen does not plead for her crown. She wears it because it is hers by right. Speak like that. Walk like that. I once told a woman who doubted her value, you are under grace. Act like it. Speak like it. And I tell you the same. Right now, listen to the words leaving your mouth each day. Are they expanding you, or are they enslaving you? Are they building bridges to wealth, or walls of lack? You must understand, repetition builds belief. Every time you repeat a statement, your subconscious takes it as truth, and it does not care whether that truth serves you or destroys you. This is why so many people stay stuck. They keep affirming their limitations, and the mind simply delivers more of the same. But here's the beauty. The same process works in your favor. When you choose to speak only words of wealth, worth, and wonder, you begin programming your mind to expect abundance. And the mind always finds ways to confirm what it expects. Say it now with me. I now speak only words of wealth, worth, and wonder. Again, I now speak only words of wealth, worth, and wonder. Speak it like the entire universe is leaning in to listen, because it is. Every cell in your body listens. Every energy around you listens. And from this moment on, you do not speak what you do not wish to create. You do not joke about lack. You do not casually curse your finances with words of fear. The subconscious does not understand humor. It understands instruction. Your life is built on a script you've been rehearsing for years, and you didn't even realize you were the lead actor in your own creation. Before the mansion appears, you must walk its halls in your imagination. Before the abundance floods your account, you must feel its presence pulsing in your spirit. This is not pretend. This is creation. The powerful have known it for centuries under many names: assumption, embodiment, dramatization, but they all mean the same thing. You must act as if you already have what you desire, not to fool others, but to convince the only mind that matters, your own. When you live from that identity, even before the physical evidence shows up, your vibration changes, and life has no choice but to match it. The universe does not reward the most deserving, it rewards the most aligned. It answers not to worthiness but to certainty. Would the millionaire version of you hesitate to invest in herself? Would she doubt her own vision? Would she play small to make others comfortable? No, she would walk into every room as though her name was already written on the opportunity. Say this with me. I am already the millionaire version of me in mind, in mood, and in movement. Again, I am already the millionaire version of me in mind, in mood, and in movement. Feel it in your breath, in your shoulders, in the way you are sitting or standing right now. Because poverty is not only a financial state, it is a spiritual one, an energetic one, and most dangerously, it is a habitual one. You were taught scarcity, not by those in dark robes casting spells, but by well-meaning parents, tired teachers, and a society that benefits from keeping you small. You were told that asking for too much was greedy, that money was hard, that wealth was for someone else. But those were never truths, only agreements, and agreements can be broken. There is no holiness in struggle. There is no spiritual badge for staying broke. You are not designed to survive. You were designed to shine. And right now, you call your energy back from every person, place, and idea that has drained it. You cancel every contract, spoken or unspoken, that tied you to lack. Say it. I cancel every subconscious contract I made with lack and limitation. Again, I cancel every subconscious contract I made with lack and limitation. Feel the power in those words. Because this is not just an affirmation, it is a revocation. It is a line drawn in the sand that says, from here forward, I serve only the energy of overflow. You carry an aura that enters the room before you do. Your presence is already speaking before your mouth opens, and that presence is either inviting wealth in or keeping it out. This is why identity matters so deeply. Not the name on your bank card, but the identity in your posture, your tone, your energy. Think about it. Money gravitates to those who carry certainty, not desperation. The people who rise fastest are not always the most skilled. They are the ones who walk like they belong. How do you carry yourself? Do you enter spaces with question marks in your energy, or with the calm punctuation of someone who knows her value? Say this. I am a magnet for respect, riches, and recognition. Again, I am a magnet for respect, riches, and recognition. And believe it when you say it, because wealth always responds to presence. What you believe you deserve is reflected, not in your wishes, but in the mirror of your own mind. If you cannot look yourself in the eyes and see a wealthy person, you will unconsciously reject the wealth that tries to find you. That's the mirror test, and most people fail it quietly. Look at yourself and see not the struggles you've had, but the inheritance you already carry. Say it. I now see the millionaire in me. I respect her. I receive her. Again, I now see the millionaire in me. I respect her. I receive her. You were never meant to beg for abundance. Begging blocks the blessing. Neediness pushes away what you want. But when you stand in knowing, creation moves to meet you. The law does not respond to weakness. It responds to alignment. Say this. I no longer ask. I align. I expect. I receive. Again, I no longer ask. I align. I expect. I receive. You are not standing outside the door of wealth hoping it will open. You are the door, and today, you open it. Not someday in the future. Now, this is your activation moment. From here forward, your words are law in your world. Your thoughts are not suggestions, they are blueprints, and your actions are the proof that you already believe it is done. Repeat after me. I now step into my millionaire identity by divine right and with divine ease. I think, speak, and act in perfect alignment with wealth, grace, and boldness. I no longer perform poverty. I no longer worship worry. I walk with presence. I radiate power. I command with peace. All that I desire is already mine in the invisible, and I now call it visible. This is my divine inheritance, and I take it now. Say it again until every fiber of your being believes it. I am the millionaire. Not becoming, not trying. I am. Feel that shift. That's not motivation. That is alignment. And once you are aligned, the universe has no choice but to rearrange itself to match you. Faith knows it's already received. Fear keeps checking the door to see if it's coming. Choose faith, walk in it, and watch what happens next. Because the truth is, abundance is not something you chase. It is something you embody. It is not a reward you earn at the end of years of struggle. It is a state of being you choose, moment by moment, breath by breath, word by word. You must stop waiting for permission to step into it, because no one else can crown you worthy. That crown was already placed on your head the day you were born. The only question is, will you wear it? Think about the ocean for a moment. It never worries about running out of waves. The tide does not beg to rise. It simply flows because it knows it is fed by something infinite. Your wealth works the same way. When you align with that infinite source, when you stop gripping money in fear and instead circulate it with trust, it multiplies naturally. But fear creates dams, and dams block the flow. Every time you hold back from giving, from investing, from stepping forward, you send the signal that you do not trust the supply to refill. And the law answers, as you believe, so it is done. Say this with me now. I trust the flow of abundance, for it is endless and it is mine. Again, I trust the flow of abundance, for it is endless and it is mine. Feel the difference in your body when you say those words. You breathe easier, your shoulders drop, you shift from clutching to receiving. Understand this. Circulation is the lifeblood of wealth. Stagnant energy cannot multiply. Imagine a river with no movement. It becomes murky, stale, lifeless. Now imagine money in your life as a living current. Every time you spend with faith, every time you give with joy, every time you invest with vision, you set that current in motion, and what moves out must come back, often greater than it left. This is not luck, it is law. You have been told to play it safe, to save for a rainy day. And yes, wisdom has its place, but fear disguised as wisdom is still fear. There is a difference between preparing for the future and hoarding for survival. One expands you, the other shrinks you. One says, I trust the supply to keep flowing. The other says, I must grip what little I have because it may never come again. Which energy do you think abundance responds to? Let's anchor it now. I release money with joy and it returns to me multiplied. Again, I release money with joy and it returns to me multiplied. Your relationship with money is not unlike your relationship with people. If you cling too tightly, you suffocate it. If you mistrust it, it will keep its distance. But when you honor it, when you let it breathe, when you welcome it in and let it leave knowing it will return, that relationship deepens. And wealth will always test your readiness. It will send you opportunities that require you to act as the person you wish to become, not the person you've been. It will ask you to choose the higher thought when fear wants to shout the loudest. It will ask you to walk into the store and instead of saying, I can't afford that, to say, that is for me. And I am aligning to receive it. This is not delusion, it is declaration. Repeat it. What I desire is already mine, and I am aligning to receive it. Again, what I desire is already mine, and I am aligning to receive it. Because here's what so many people miss. Wealth is not a number in your account. Wealth is a frequency, and you cannot hold the frequency of wealth while constantly broadcasting scarcity. The mind will always prove itself right. If you believe there's never enough, life will show you bills, debts, and delays to match. But when you believe you are endlessly supplied, life shows you windfalls, ideas, and solutions that seem to appear out of nowhere. Your wealth is not outside of you. It is you. You are the source through which money flows, not the other way around. Money is not the creator, it is the creation. You are the creator. And when you stop chasing the creation and start becoming the source, money follows you like rivers follow gravity. Say this now. I am the source of my abundance, and money flows to me with ease. Again, I am the source of my abundance, and money flows to me with ease. I want you to imagine for a moment that every thought you think today will take form tomorrow. Every phrase you speak is planting a seed that will grow into your reality. How carefully would you choose your words? How intentionally would you shape your thoughts? Because this is exactly how the laws of creation work. There is no neutral thought, there is no harmless word. Every single one is creative. Every single one is either opening a door or closing it. So from this moment forward you must guard your mind like a sacred garden. Do not allow weeds of doubt to take root. Pull them out before they grow. Plant words and images that make your soul expand. Walk through your day as if every step leaves an imprint the universe is reading. Say it now. I plant only seeds of wealth, and I walk in the harvest daily. Again, I plant only seeds of wealth, and I walk in the harvest daily. You may have been taught that money is hard, that only a few can have it, that wanting more is selfish. These are not truths, they are programs. Programs you downloaded without consent, often before you could even speak, and you've been running them for years. But a program is not permanent. You can uninstall it, you can overwrite it, and the way you do that is through repetition, embodiment, and choice. Every time you choose a thought of abundance over a thought of lack, you are rewriting the code. Every time you choose to act as if you already have what you desire, you are running the new program, and the more you run it, the stronger it becomes. Until one day you realize that lack no longer feels like an option. Say this with me. Lack is no longer my story, abundance is my truth. Again, lack is no longer my story, abundance is my truth. And abundance is not just about money. It is about the way you live, the way you move, the way you speak to yourself in the mirror. It is the way you carry yourself into every room. Do you slump your shoulders and hope not to be noticed? Or do you walk with the posture of someone who knows she belongs? Because energy speaks before you do, and wealth listens to that language. I want you to visualize the wealthiest, most empowered version of yourself right now. See her walking through her day. Notice how she greets people, how she makes decisions, how she carries her body. She is not rushing, she is not doubting, she is not wondering if she is enough. She moves with quiet authority because she knows the truth. She is the source, and the supply is endless. Step into her energy now. Say it. I walk as the wealthiest version of me, here and now. Again, I walk as the wealthiest version of me, here and now. You see, the millionaire identity is not built on luck. It is built on alignment. An alignment is a choice you make over and over again, even when the evidence hasn't caught up yet. The world may still see you as who you were, but you already know who you are. And when your inner knowing becomes unshakable, the outer world is forced to adjust. Say this. My inner knowing creates my outer reality. Again, my inner knowing creates my outer reality. Wealth is not about waiting for life to hand you something. It's about deciding who you are and letting life rearrange to match it. And the decision is yours to make. Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. And the decision you make today will echo in every corner of your life. This is not just about finances. This is about the energy you live in, the atmosphere you carry, the frequency you broadcast. Because money is simply a reflection. It is a mirror that shows you exactly what you've been believing and expecting. When you change the belief, the reflection must change. So I want you to think of your life like a grand stage. Every day, you're performing, not for the world, but for the most important audience you will ever have. Your own subconscious mind. It is watching every move, listening to every word, feeling every emotion you repeat. And the role you rehearse the most is the one it believes is real. If you rehearse scarcity, scarcity will keep appearing on your stage. But if you rehearse abundance, if you step into that character so fully that there is no room for doubt, your mind will decide that is who you are, and the universe will send you props, scenery, and opportunities to match. Say it with me. I now rehearse only the role of abundance, and the world responds. Again, I now rehearse only the role of abundance, and the world responds. The wealthiest people in history understood this, not just in theory, but in practice. They carried their vision inside them long before the evidence appeared. They wore the energy of their future as if it were a second skin. That is why doors opened for them. That is why opportunities found them. Because the universe is not listening to your words alone. It is reading your energy, and energy doesn't lie. So here's what I want you to do. The next time you walk into a room, pretend it's already your celebration. The next time you open your bank app, look at it as though it is already filled beyond measure. The next time you plan your day, plan it as though you are already living at the level you desire. This is not make-believe. This is how you align. Say this. I live now as the version of me who has already received. Agana. I live now as the version of me who has already received. Now understand. The old story will try to pull you back. It will whisper, be realistic. Don't get your hopes up. You've never had that kind of money before. And that is exactly why you must silence it. Because that voice is not your truth. It is simply a recording of your past. And your past has no authority here unless you give it permission. Think of your mind as a gate. You decide what thoughts get through. You decide what beliefs get to stay. You decide whether you're building a gate that lets abundance in, or one that keeps it locked out. You are the gatekeeper, and you are the one who chooses what enters. Say it now. I am the gatekeeper of my mind, and I admit only abundance. Again, I am the gatekeeper of my mind, and I admit only abundance. When you start living this way, something shifts. People notice you, even if they don't know why. They feel your certainty. They feel your presence. And presence is magnetic. You won't have to chase. You will attract. That is the paradox of true wealth. The less you chase it, the more it finds you. Not because you stopped caring, but because you stopped signaling that you don't have it. I want you to imagine this. Every desire you have is already sitting in the invisible, waiting for you to align with it. It is not being created from scratch. It already exists. But it cannot land in your life while you are tuned to a frequency of lack. Imagine trying to tune your radio to a station and leaving it one notch off. All you get is static. What happens when your words say, I want abundance, but your energy says, I am not enough yet? Say this. My energy and my desires are now perfectly aligned. Again, my energy and my desires are now perfectly aligned. Wealth is not a finish line. It's not a point you reach and then stop. It's a continual unfolding, a constant state of expansion. And the more you embody it, the more it grows. That's why millionaires who lose everything often rebuild quickly. Their outer circumstances may have changed, but their inner identity stayed the same. They still see themselves as wealthy. And life responds to that self-perception faster than it responds to any strategy or plan. So you must protect your identity at all costs. Guard it fiercely, because the world will try to hand you labels: broke, struggling, average, but you get to decide which ones you wear. Say it now. I wear only the identity of wealth, power, and divine supply. Again, I wear only the identity of wealth, power, and divine supply. Every day is an opportunity to choose. To either repeat the old program or step into the new. And the more often you choose the new, the faster it becomes automatic. It will no longer feel like you are trying to be abundant. You will simply be abundant, and everything in your life will reflect that. And here's something most people never realize. When you rise into abundance, you give permission for others to do the same. Your success is not selfish. It is contagious. When someone sees you walking in your power, they begin to believe they can too. When they see you live without apology, they begin to question the limits they've accepted. Your abundance is an act of leadership. Say it. My abundance inspires abundance in others. Again, my abundance inspires abundance in others. The old paradigm says, if I have more, others have less. But the truth is, wealth is not a pie to be divided. It is a river that expands when it flows. You having more means more is moving through the system. It means you can invest, give, create, and circulate at levels you never could before. So stop shrinking your desires out of fear that they are too big. Stop pretending you want less just to make others comfortable. Your desires are divine instructions. They are not random. They are proof of what you are designed to hold. Say this now. My desires are sacred, and I am worthy of them all. Again, my desires are sacred, and I am worthy of them all. And here's the final truth. Abundance is not something you step into once and then forget. It is a relationship you tend to daily. Just like you water a garden, you must water your wealth consciousness. You do that through the words you speak, the visions you hold, the actions you take, and the energy you carry. Every moment is either a deposit or a withdrawal from your abundance account. Make more deposits than withdrawals, and your supply will overflow. Say it with me. I deposit abundance into my life daily, and my supply overflows. Again, I deposit abundance into my life daily, and my supply overflows. And as you go from here, remember, this is not theory. This is not wishful thinking. This is law. What you choose to believe, what you choose to embody, what you choose to speak, becomes your reality. And from this day forward, you choose abundance, you choose power, you choose overflow. Now take a deep breath, place your hand over your heart, and declare, I am the millionaire. I walk in it. I live in it. I am it. Again, I am the millionaire. I walk in it. I live in it. I am it. From this moment on, you are no longer hoping for it. You are no longer chasing it. You are no longer waiting for someone to give you permission. You have become it, and the universe will move heaven and earth to match who you have decided to be.